playing some intro music right now.
No, I meant you.
What's going on, Crude Nation? Welcome to Crude Sports Talk, episode 23 on the Facebook Live.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back. How are all you today?
How are all you fuckers doing?
All you fancy people.
Fancy people.
Yeah. Oh, so today we're going to talk about some shit. We're going to bring up a new, we got a new segment called Glenn's Outbox.
Glenn's box.
Yeah, my box.
You're going to get in your box?
Yeah, probably. I'm going to start writing letters. Like, I'm not going to send them,
Okay.
but, like, when I get all aggravated about something, I'm going to write a letter. Instead of, like, doing a rant like I always do and get all upset,
Right.
I'm just going to write a letter to somebody to calm myself down, and then we'll read it on the air.
Okay.
We'll read it live.
We're going to read it live.
Yeah, so this week, my letter will be to the Olympic Committee.
Right. Oh,
And-
but then what's going to happen after? Are you actually going to send it? Or are you
No.
going to ask us?
Yeah,
On
I mean,
Facebook land?
I'll ask Facebook Land, like,
Okay.
should I send it? Like, should I do the research to try and find what address to send this to through the Pony Express?
Yeah.
Because I'm not emailing anybody. I hate technology.
Yeah, obviously. You're all paper today.
I've got
Yeah.
nothing but
So
my
you got
paper
nothing but
notes.
paper notes.
Yeah.
How do you edit stuff? Do you use what do you call it? Whiteout?
No, I do use the computer to make up all my notes, but I like seeing them in front of me on paper.
Okay. So if you like paper, then that's the way to go.
We'll talk about some zombies today, which is kind of a weird topic for us.
Zombies?
But we'll get into that a little bit.
What you talking about, bro? Well, we'll get into it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into it. So,
yeah.
the cool, not the cools, the cool bet between two wide receivers in the league.
Oh, this one's cool.
We'll talk a little bit about
Yeah,
that.
this one's cool. Definitely.
Very lopsided bet, I think, for
You think so?
for cost of what it is, and between the two receivers, I think it's lopsided.
Yeah, but wouldn't you give odds a little bit to the one? We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this kid here from Texas who started a GoFundMe to get rid of one of the Astro players.
Are you kidding me?
So I'll get
I didn't
into
hear
that.
about that
I've got it written out, man. You just didn't check my notes.
No.
Um,
Because they're on paper.
they're on paper.
They're on paper. You didn't mail them to me.
I didn't fax
You
them
didn't-
to you.
Oh, I think it came back to you and said insufficient postage.
Probably.
That's what it said, right?
I didn't
Yeah.
use the forever stamp.
You're so old-fashioned.
I am old-fashioned.
Look at the fedora you're wearing today, too.
Yeah, I'm rocking the fedora today.
Rocking the old-fashioned fedora as
Yeah.
well.
Let's see, what else? Oh, this week, we're going to get into the NFL's South divisions.
Yes.
So we'll talk a little AFC South, NFC South, which is kind of ties in today. We were at Texans training camp.
Texans training camp today.
So that was
was
cool.
fun.
We took our littlest ones.
Yes.
Which
it's
was
all right.
probably not going to happen again.
Because they were like, can we go now? Or
Like-
because of the $10 snow cones we had to buy?
Both. Both.
Yeah, that was a little excessive there, Texans. Thanks a lot,
Like,
assholes.
we had a cool seat on the back line of the end zone.
Oh, we were right where they were going to catch
Yeah.
the balls and everything? Yeah.
First in line,
Yeah.
right there. It was cool. And yeah, then they were like, hey, it's time for our snow cones.
And we're
I
like,
was
no,
oh,
no.
We're never getting these, because there was like 4 rows deep behind us, standing there.
Yeah, like behind us. Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. And it was like,
As soon as
We
we
had-
moved, the next person was like, oh, are you guys leaving?
yeah.
We're like, shit.
No,
yeah.
we're coming back.
Hold this spot for
Hold
me.
our spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
And
like,
she
sure
was like,
we will.
piss off, yeah.
Sure we will.
Good
we'll
luck.
hold your spot.
I don't know you.
Yeah, exactly. Just the way people are, you know?
Yeah.
They just, you know.
What else we got? Oh, fantasy quarterbacks. We'll run through fantasy quarterbacks this week.
Yes.
I think we're going to be a little different this week. You and I were very similar on the running backs, which kind of surprised me.
Yes, we were very close.
Um,
we were only one off, I think.
I think we were.
Your boy Lamar Miller, we watched him in action a little bit today.
Yeah, we did.
What do you think? He looked pretty healthy, huh?
We'll get into that today.
Okay.
As we go through the division.
Yep.
Because
wait.
I really like what I think he's going to bring.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
Really? You think that they're going to be a different team this year?
No, I think they're going to be the same team with a better runner and a quarterback who doesn't make quite as many mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. He should be. He should be a little smarter. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But I think it's going to take him this season to kind of get acclimated to everything. So
Right.
we'll see. I think that's why Lamar Miller is going to get a lot of yards this year because they're going to have to.
Okay.
So
That makes sense.
What's the matter with that thing?
We're having some technical difficulties.
All right. Let's see. Dude, we're going to talk about a cracked skull surgery in the UFC. Well, no, it wasn't. Excuse me. I think that was Bellator.
Was it Bellator?
Yeah, I think that was Bellator. But we'll talk a little bit about that. I know we already did, but he got out of surgery this week.
Okay.
So we'll talk about that. Did you see the dude jump out of a plane 25,000 feet?
No. I heard about it, and I think I saw the very little end of it, but that sounds amazing.
Yeah, I watched the video today.
Was it good?
It was insane. So we'll talk about how crazy fucking skydivers are, because they are insane. I got a buddy. We should have called him for this episode, who up in Seattle.
Right.
He's been doing that for the last probably 7-8 years. So now he teaches skydiving and
Really? Yeah. No shit, man.
How crazy in your world? How crazy is this one guy?
Well, I mean, he jumped with no parachute. I
No
don't mean to give it away,
parachute.
but he jumped with no parachute. So let's talk about that. I can't wait. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
That's cool.
What
What else you got?
I don't know, man. I'm ready for you to
And whatever
to
other
get all your sharing stuff. But
Yeah, I'm just doing some sharing. So bear with us, Facebook Live. Appreciate your patience. We're gonna get into the show in a minute.
Obviously, we got some asshole douchebag.
assholes and douchebags,
like we always do.
Yeah.
Like we always do about this time.
Are we gonna spin or what are we gonna do? It's been a day, huh?
No, we started drinking at 8:00 this morning over at training camp. So
we couldn't believe it.
no,
We
they
walk
were
in,
selling beers.
It
right
was
there.
not even. It was just after 8:00, and we're like, "You're like beer." I'm like, "Nah, it's just a Bud Light sign." And we walk up, and they're like, "Yeah, it's beer, dude."
Yeah.
Like, you order what you want.
They're for sale. You can buy this can of beer for $5.
Right. Can of beer for $5. That's not that bad. It could have been worse there. I think that part could have been worse.
For 3 beers, I could have bought a 12-pack.
No, I know at the liquor store, but considering our kids got one snow cone for $10,
Yeah,
that's ice and syrup.
that was asinine, and
It was
and we
terrible.
paid it.
I was pretty mad about that.
I was upset too.
Yeah.
So put that down for asshole douchebag. People who
I think so.
charge $10 for an icy.
That's going in asshole or douchebag. And by the way, asshole or douchebag is a segment for those of you just joining us. It's a segment where I ask a bunch of questions to Glenn, and I say, "Is this?" It's going to be things that people do in everyday life, and we say, "Is this an asshole thing or a douchebag thing, or is it a both, or is it neither?" So,
Right.
So stick around for that part. Asshole or douchebag's fun. So
It is fun.
And then you on Facebook Live, if you want us to ask some or throw in your comments for asshole or douchebag. Go ahead and put them in the comments, and we'll ask them here on the show, and we can we'll see what Glenn thinks.
Yeah.
I think I got one more share here, and I'm good to go. You going to do some sharing, or are you good?
Sharing is caring. So yeah.
Sharing is caring. I appreciate that. I
Look,
think that's great.
Everybody out there, Facebook land, why don't you share it as well?
That's the key.
Share this with your friends.
How about that? All you have to do, it's a one-button share. Well, I think you got to push 2 buttons, but it's the little one with the head, the little head and the arrow going over. It's the head.
Yeah. No, I got it.
Dude, what are you, 12?
Pretty much. Yeah, of
Yeah, it's
course
pretty funny.
I am.
It's pretty funny. Yes, it's the one with the head, haha, and that's what you push to actually go and share this with all the people you want to share with. So go and do that. We are going to look for your comments. Shout out, give us a roll call. Where is everybody watching from? That's what we want to know. Where are you watching from? While I try to figure out this error.
Your thing's
terrible.
broken.
It is broken.
It's so broke,
I
dude.
don't understand. I never understand what's going on. Yeah, no, it just won't work.
Oh,
What?
John's in the house already.
We got somebody in the house? Hey, John, what's going on? All right, I got to shut this down and look at a different way of doing this here, so bear with me.
Oh, speaking of Seattle, I got another buddy up there. We got Tyler, Texas in the house.
Tyler from Texas or Tyler, Texas?
In Tyler, Texas.
Oh, okay.
That's John, man.
John's in Tyler, Texas. It's not Tyler from Texas. It's
Right.
John.
Ryan and John, I wonder if they know each other.
They're
But-
both from Tyler, Texas?
Yeah, John.
Oh, cool.
John was the one last episode that was
That's
hitting
right.
us up.
That's right.
He had
And we
pretty
still,
good-
hey,
he
we're
had
still
a
going to
pretty
reach
good
out
list.
to you, John. We're still going to reach out to you. We had a busy week, man. I apologize. But I got to get onto this real quick. I'm sorry, guys. Just please bear with me.
We got Toronto in the house.
No way.
Yeah, we do,
There's
man.
a Toronto in the
Yeah,
house?
in
Okay.
the house.
Gosh, I wish I could log into Facebook. I wish Facebook wouldn't be such a bitch right now.
Whoa.
What?
It's not a person, so... Oh, Ryan doesn't know him. You guys should hang out and go have a beer. And
Ryan?
and
John. John?
Watch
Ryan.
the podcast, yeah.
Ryan meet John, John meet Ryan. Okay. No. That's not my password. What's my Facebook password? Is
How the hell do I know? But once you tell me, I'm putting it on the air.
You're going to put bad posts up. Like, Jeremy's taking a shit.
Right now.
Right now. Would I want to store my password?
I don't know.
Sure. Why not?
That's why I put it on paper, man.
I stored my password. You put your password on paper?
No, I don't have...
That's even worse.
Well, whatever.
You should not store your password on paper. Okay. We got
as long as you don't know where my paper is.
Hey,
I'm
for those
good.
of you that have joined us before, you know what's cool is we're actually the right way around this time.
Yeah. Yeah, so we couldn't figure out. We were like backwards on the video.
Yeah, everything was
and
backwards.
It was confusing the shit out of us.
I actually sit on this side every week, and people think I'm on that side, but that's not true.
That's not
I'm
true.
on this side. This is my post right here. This is where Jeremy sits.
Sit on that thing so we can see the comments.
Dude, you're going to have to use your iPad. I'm sorry.
Why? It's working.
No, I'm on it right now. It's live, but you can't see the comments.
Oh, that's...
I don't understand. Yeah.
That's why I use paper, fool.
Any Facebook engineers out there, if you want to help us out, let us know. Come on down. You have to come to Houston, though, or Houston-ish.
We'll pay you in beer.
We pay in beer and spits.
Yeah.
beer and sunflower seeds. That's how we pay.
Barely.
All
right, you ready to get this thing cracking or what?
Let's go.
All right.
Oh, shit. You blew my ears, motherfucker.
That's right.
Yow! What's going on? Welcome to Crude Sports Talk.
Welcome, Crude Nation.
We are the uncensored sports podcast for the oil and gas industry. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Glenn.
You weren't ready for that, were you?
No, I wasn't.
You were breathing in.
Yeah. I was suckling on the teat of life.
Ah, the teat of life. Nothing better to suckle on than that. Welcome to episode 23. Big day today. Glenn and I and Crude Sports Talk were down at Texans training camp.
Yes.
Yes, we were. A special invite we got down there.
Drinking beer at 8 in the morning.
Yes, there was beer. It was amazing. I was so happy to be a part of that thing. It was just a good time.
It was a good time.
Just
actually.
a great time.
Yeah. There was a shitload of people.
Saw Brock Osweiler. So what I did is, because we live about, I'd say in traffic, a good hour from the stadium?
Yeah, about an hour.
About an hour in traffic, right?
Yeah.
And because it was early morning, the night before, so last night, I actually took my daughter to the hotel that was right by the stadium.
Yeah.
And it just so happened that that's where all the players were.
Player.
Yeah, the players were standing there. So we saw a bunch of players, and my daughter was getting all excited, seeing players and this and that. But yeah, it was a good time. We actually had a rockin' good time. So, and then you joined us this morning.
Yeah.
Because you're an early riser.
Yeah, so me and my little one drove out early this morning.
Yeah, that's cool.
You.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right on.
That was cool.
Right on.
Right on, eh?
Right on. Hey, let us know if you can hear us all right. I think you can because there's some comments coming through. So for those of you listening to the audio version of this podcast, we do this on Facebook Live every week. If you follow our page at Crude Sports Talk on Twitter or Crude Sports Talk on Facebook, you can actually follow what we're doing and check us out on video style.
Video. Live on video.
But video killed the radio star.
That is true. Wasn't that the first MTV video?
I think it was.
I think it was the first video played on MTV.
I think it was.
And then they quit playing videos altogether.
Yeah, now all they play is these stupid, what do they call them, reality TV shows and shit like that. Anybody else feeling my pain, let us know.
What was those Real Worlds?
The Real Worlds, yeah. Where they took all the ex-famous people.
No, they weren't even ex-famous people. They were just like people and stuck them all in a house.
Oh, I thought that was with a bunch of ex-famous people.
No. Like they became internet famous or whatever, but...
Okay, well, I'm confused as to what that was.
That's okay, I hooked you up. All right. Yeah, you're such a cock. All right, let me get into this, man.
All right, let's go. What's coming up in this episode, Glenn?
In this episode, we get into Glenn's Outbox. Yards for pink slips, zombies, training camp begins, a GoFundMe to buy out a contract, we break down the divisions in the South, also make our top fantasy quarterback picks. Crack skulls, and hitting a net at terminal velocity in this episode of Crude Sports Talk.
Crude Sports Talk, here we go. Okay, so first off, how about some shout-outs we have to give? All the music that you hear, the intros, the outros, the middle of the music, all the shit that you play is from Crown City Crooks. That's Crown City Crooks, crookswithak.com. Check them out. Check out their website. You can get their music on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere, right?
I think you can probably get it off their website, too.
Yeah, maybe some samples. I think they play samples, don't they? On
you can order an old school CD.
Old school CD?
Yeah.
You're kidding.
That's old school now.
I think we should get one. Get them to send us one. And we'll call Eric, who's actually a friend of the show. He's been on the show.
I have one.
You have one?
Yeah.
Let's put it up on the bar and, like, tilt it for the Facebook Livers.
All right, next episode.
All right, let's do it.
Next episode.
Also, our website and social media platforms all designed by originalcreative.com. That's original, creative with a K as well.com. You need to go to that website and check them out, because if you need a website, if you need some social media shit, if you need any of that kind of stuff, check them out, originalcreative.com.
Anybody that likes our beautiful watches,
yes,
go check out the Garwood. Yeah, thegarwood.com.
Yeah. Actually, I got to interrupt that promo just a sec. Ryan Thompson says, haha, no cassette? 8-track.
I still actually have a couple cassettes.
Do you have a Crown City Crooks cassette?
No.
No, okay, no cassette. All right. That'd be... Yeah. Fast forward eats the tape.
So you were talking the Garwood.
Yeah, the Garwood. So what you guys have to do is go check out these watches. So go to garwood.com and go there. And if you are interested in getting one of these watches, there's a Crude Sports Talk promo running. If you put in Crude as a promo code at checkout, you can get 15% off. And whether it's regular price, sale price, doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You're going to get 15% off. So go check them out. That's thegarwood.com.
And these are fucking dope, dude. Wood watches are light to wear. You
Not
forget
only
that
that
you're wearing them, and they're cool as shit.
Not only that, they get you laid.
Well, dude, we went bowling this week.
You got laid?
No. We went bowling for your wife's birthday.
Yeah.
And
oh, that's right.
So
people were asking you all over about your watch.
We were shitty. Like you and I they had like what was it?
We were drinking the
two shots for $5 or something. So
yeah,
we kept getting whiskey shots.
Jack Daniels.
And our waitress was like, dude, what kind of watch is that? Like, I really like that. And I was like, oh, it's...
And you're like, so, this is the watch. So these watches are our sponsor.
In my head, I sounded like a pimp.
Listen here. This watch is the coolest watch you've ever seen.
That's pretty much exactly how I think it sounded.
Yeah, exactly. I have the video, actually.
But I was suave. Like, in my head, I was suave. So,
no, man, you sounded good. I'm sure you held your own. You're good.
I was okay. We Ubered home, so it didn't matter.
Uber.
Yeah, we could have poured ourselves in that Uber. It didn't matter.
Right on.
So thanks to Vlad for driving us home.
Oh, Vlad, the Uber driver.
Yeah.
Yes, he was fantastic.
He was fantastic.
Old Vladimir.
All right, so hey, Crude Nation, go on there. Sign up. Be a part of Crude Nation at CrudeSportsTalk.com.
It's right on the homepage. You
right
can't
on the
miss
homepage.
Yeah. And then you can watch our old videos. You can listen to some old episodes on the website. But we'd rather you go to iTunes. So go to iTunes and go to that little podcast app that you have on your iPhone and search Crude Sports Talk. And you can get every single episode we've ever done.
Woo!
All of them. If you want to binge listen to our show, then you can do that. So how was your week?
Good.
You had a good week?
I finished up work, so that was nice.
Yeah. Now you're on vacation again?
Now I'm on vacation again.
You fucker.
I know.
Good for you.
It's kind of nice.
I might take a couple days off here.
Good.
Just to spite you.
Just to spite me. No, it's been good, man.
Good.
We got some stuff planned this week, so...
Yeah, you got some family coming, don't you, or something?
Yeah, I got family coming into town, and we went and did training camp today, and we've got a meeting tomorrow, so... Yep. That could be a fruitful Crude Sports Talk meeting.
Could be.
We'll hit you guys if something good comes out of it next week.
We'll let you know.
But other than that, man, what'd you get into?
I'll tell you what. You know what I did on Saturday is I binge watched this new show on Netflix called Stranger Things.
I've heard a lot about it. I haven't seen it yet.
God, dude, you have to watch this. Like, you honest to God have to watch this. And you guys at home too, on Facebook, go check it out. It's Netflix's. It's a Netflix original called Stranger Things, and I'm going to tell you, it is so good. 8 episodes for the first season.
Yeah.
And you're going to watch this thing, and this is like, it's done up 80s style, right?
Huh.
Like, it is 80s, and even the logo and the music and the synthesizer and shit like that. It's centered around some shit that happens in 1983. So go check it out. It's really cool. 5 stars, man. This thing has 5 stars on Netflix. It's fucking unreal. So check it out.
You know what I've been watching? My wife hooked me up on it, and I don't know. I may have talked about this before, but that show Roadies, I think it's on I don't know, HBO or Showtime or some shit.
Right.
But it's all about
good?
like roadies, that work for this band.
Right.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I've been watching that.
Cool. Very cool.
I don't know why I brought that up.
No, that's because we were talking TV shows and shit like that. So.
I hope this beer is cold.
Good luck.
That's all I care about right now.
Hey, Wheel of Drinks time. So we've been drinking since, 8 o'clock?
Yeah, so we're going to bypass the wheel this week.
One more week.
Next week, we'll open it up.
We're spinning.
Yeah,
we're going crazy because it's vacation time.
I've got all week. I'm going to get a bunch of drink recipes.
Nice.
These people started following us on Twitter.
Yeah.
Called Boozapees.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they do booze recipes.
Yeah.
So I hit them up, and they were like, "Yeah, hey, just let us know. Follow this thing, and we'll get you a bunch of recipes. You can put it on the wheel."
Sounds fucking awesome.
So,
even the kids are excited.
Yeah, the kids should be excited.
The kids are excited. Yeah,
that's mommy and daddy's happy juice.
Because they're gonna have to babysit us.
They sure will. They sure will.
Fantastic. Okay, how about we get into some oil and gas news real quick?
Yep.
This week, oil took a rough spill down to just over $41.
That sucks.
It sucks, but funny, it's not really slowing shit down too much, to be honest with you. So
it's a quick dip.
It's like, speaking of dip, you're chewing on some sunflower seeds there, huh?
Yeah.
It's a good way to get off the dip.
That is.
I find.
I'm trying to cut down on smoking.
Are you?
I'm not doing a very good job, but sunflower seeds helps.
That's good.
So I'm
something to do.
I'm completely raising my sodium intake.
Yeah.
But
gives you something to do with your mouth.
Yeah, shut up. Don't even go there.
Inside joke.
Literally.
All right. Yeah, so that's unfortunate, but things are, they're looking up and stuff, and to be honest with you, there's a lot going on internationally in the news and that sort of thing. But I want to throw this out to Crude Nation. I really want some help from you guys to understand what kind of oil and gas news are you looking for. Would you like us to possibly bring in other business owners from service to supply companies in fracking, coiled tubing, producing companies? Let us know what you want from us on the show as far as oil and gas news. We really want to give you guys what you're looking for and some good quality content. But really, sometimes at weeks I'm struggling to figure out what kind of news our audience is really interested in. So there's no better way than you guys. There's so many ways for you to get a hold of us. Okay, we are in the age of technology. So email us, go to our website, let us know. Pick up the phone and call us. Our number is, or you have a way to leave us a voicemail on our website. It's so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Or just drop us a line here on Facebook Live and or go to our Facebook and let us know. So we definitely want to know what kind of news items you're looking for, and we will dig those up and we will get you some information. If anybody's interested, because we're about to enter into some jobs. You want us to bring in some job shop companies or that sort of thing for how we can talk about the job market in the oil and gas industry. We can do that. So just there's some ideas, but just run with that and go and let us know what you want. Okay, guys?
Or tell us to shut the fuck up and get to sports.
We could shut the fuck up and get to sports.
Okay.
The Olympics are almost upon us.
All right, guys.
So this is the new feature that Glenn was just talking about earlier, called Glenn's Outbox.
This is.
The floor is all yours, Glenn.
All right, so the Olympics begin this week with the opening ceremony on Friday. Women's soccer begins Wednesday with the American team playing that night. That has me thinking about a few things. So I decided to write a letter to the Olympic Committee. Trying to give them some assistance and voice my concerns. So, dear malevolent Olympic Committee, I hope all is well in preparation for this week's Summer Games in Rio. I know you have been very busy dealing with the issues arising from these Olympic Games. Brazil is a nation experiencing an economic recession not seen in decades, political turmoil at the highest echelon of government, and widespread corruption. How about the presidential impeachment scandal a few months ago, where Dilma Rousseff was hiding a growing national debt for years, which has Brazil heading for the deepest recession since 1901. Or that Rio is some $1.6 billion in cost overruns for these Olympic Games. How about some of the big engineering firms very probably breaking laws against price fixing and bribery on contracts to build Olympic venues? It seems that the only folks whose pockets weren't lined were the very people hired to protect the streets of Rio, the police. Violence is on the rise in Rio, and police officers are claiming they haven't been paid in months. The message from police to tourists is clear. We won't be able to protect you, and welcome to hell. It's not all bad, though. Rio de Janeiro's upcoming Olympic Games will give the city some lasting infrastructure improvements, as well as a temporary boost in tax revenues. But once the events are over, the country will wake up once again into its deepening recession. How about the extreme water pollution that's common in Brazil? Where the majority of sewage is not treated, raw waste runs through open-air ditches to streams and rivers that feed the Olympic water sites. Olympic athletes are almost certain to come into contact with disease-causing viruses that in some tests measured up to 1.7 million times the level of what could be considered hazardous on a Southern California beach. But hey, the committee is not swimming in poopy water, so fuck the athletes, right? Those juiced-up Russians are becoming a bit of a thorn in your side. I thought it was a little weird that your female gymnasts look like Ivan Drago. But who am I to judge? And that fucking Zika virus. That shit is worrying everyone. I'm going to buy stock in off mosquito repellent. And you should too. Good fucking location choice. I'm not sure on why I'm writing you this. You guys have plenty of experience dealing with Olympic adversity. Like, how about the 1936 game? Defending gold medal Polish female 100-meter dash runner Stella Walsh lost to an American, Helen Stevens. After outside pressure that Stevens' time was too fast for a woman to run, you demanded that she perform a gender evaluation exam. The humiliating exam confirmed that she was, in fact, a woman. Funny twist to this, the loser, Stella Walsh, who was pushing for the exam, was shot to death in a Cleveland shopping mall in 1980. And in the autopsy, it was discovered that Stella Walsh had male genitalia. Not Helen Stevens. How about the 1968 games? The first Olympic athlete tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. He lost his bronze medal for the use of alcohol.
Alcohol.
How about Seoul? The same year, an American boxer, Roy Jones Jr., lost a decision to the South Korean fighter. The strange thing was, Jones landed nearly 3 times as many punches. Later, the judges admitted to being wined and dined by the South Korean officials and felt pressured to award the medal to their athlete.
No way.
And we all know the story of the Blade Runner, Oscar Pistorius, who after his inspiring races on prosthetics at the Olympics, went back to South Africa and was convicted for the murder of his girlfriend. There are highlights, such as Jesse Owens at the 36 Berlin Olympics, where Hitler was knocked down a peg by Owens, becoming the most successful athlete in the 1936 games. The bad seems to outweigh the good, uplifting stories, and this should be addressed to give the Olympics a much-needed makeover. Most of these athletes give up their lives to their disciplines and should be honored. While I was drinking underage, having sex, going to parties, surfing, skateboarding, and being molded in the person I was to become, they were in a gym, on a strict diet, not fraternizing with the opposite sex, and they were doing irreparable damage to their bodies and minds for your games. Keeping all that in mind, let's see if we have any suggestions to help you make some of the event adjustments in your games that could help people stay invested in your product. Some of the events I don't mind keeping: beach volleyball.
Yes.
Kayaking. Have you ever seen kayaking? Dude, they make a water course. It's kind of bitchin'.
I can't. Oh, the water course. Yes. I've seen that. Yes.
Cycling. So they do like a mountain bike and a BMX event. That I think is cool.
Right.
Diving, for some reason, I like watching that. Gymnastics. This year we have a local gymnast, so we'll be behind her on that.
You bet.
Soccer, football, rugby, swimming. I'm okay with all those. Let's get to some of those events you can do without. Badminton. Are you fucking kidding me? A sport you play at a picnic after drinking beer and eating potato salad. Basketball. The U.S. men's team has won the gold 14 out of 18 Olympic Games. You might as well have American football in the Olympics then.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Equestrian. No need to show me these rich heiresses. Stop competing and just start being the CEO of your daddy's company. Fencing. Take the helmet off. Remove the straitjacket. Then I'm in. This one I'm going to screw up. I've been trying to say this for days. The modern pentathlon. So this combines 5 events held over 2 days. It's like aspects of swordsmanship, marksmanship, control, whatever. No. Get that fucker out. We don't need that.
All right.
Sailing. You have a sailboat? Fuck off. Synchronized swimming. Enough said. Weightlifting. Switch this to the strongman competition, and I'm in. If I want to watch guys on steroids, then I can just watch Major League Baseball, National Football League, MMA, or any event the Russians are in. All right, so Olympic Committee. If you want more interest in your competition, then let us help you out. Climbing. That sounds cool.
Yes.
But not what's being considered. They're considering like rock wall climbing. Like indoor
rock wall climbing?
Like a rock wall.
Oh.
Fuck that. We want rock climbing. I want to see real rocks. Skateboarding. That'd be cool. Bring in the new generation. Wakeboarding, surfing. I'd even take medieval jousting. Sumo wrestling. Tug of war. How about you just bring back baseball and softball? Thanks for taking the time, and I hope you found this letter helpful. The product that you put out bores the shit out of me 99% of the time. Please change things up a bit. If I'm going to invest a few weeks every 4 years in your event, then I would like to be entertained. Maybe throw some of those new Pokemon characters into the venues. It worked to revitalize Nintendo. Sincerely yours, Crude Sports Talk. P.S. I do have a P.S.
I didn't know you had a P.S. I cued the music, and I didn't know you had a P.S.
I will do my best to catch these events between watching Ballers, Vice Principals, Ancient Aliens, and listening to the voice of God, Morgan Freeman, on Through the Wormhole. And when I do, then USA, USA, USA. That's all I got.
Canada.
That was fucking long.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think I wrote a letter that long in high school for an essay.
Glenn's Outbox.
Yeah. I was upset.
It's your very first Glenn's Outbox. You had a lot to say.
I did have a lot to say.
You had a lot on your mind.
Yeah.
You made very coherent thoughts, I feel. Yeah. Are you ready to hit send on that bad boy or what?
I don't know. It's up to everybody else. Should I hit send?
Let's let him know, guys. Should he hit send on that letter to the Olympic Committee?
And you know me. I'm not going to hit send. I'm going to fold it in 3 ways, put it in an envelope, and send it through postage.
Just make sure you put enough postage stamps.
That's right.
Okay. You're going to Brazil, so you got a ways to go. Well, perfect. Well, thanks, Glenn. I really appreciate that. Let's get into some sports talk. This week in sports, let's start with some NFL talk. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so this one's really freaking funny, dude. So
I didn't read this story, so you're going to have to explain it to me.
Did you watch the last episode of Ballers?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Wasn't that on, yesterday?
You didn't watch it?
I don't care, dude. I don't need a spoiler alert. It was
no, not the one yesterday. Sorry, no, I haven't seen that one either, because I was at the hotel last night.
Yeah, I did.
Did you see the second episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so in that episode, you see the actor... what's his name here? I got to get to it.
Donovan Carter?
Donovan Carter, who plays Vernon Littlefield, who's a linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
So you remember, so in the episode, he goes out and he's doing paintball with one of his buddies, right? And so he's playing paintball and this shit and that, and he gets shot, and I'm not going to ruin it for those that hadn't seen it, but anyways, long story short, he gets shot, and he falls down, he hurts his leg, right?
Right.
So I thought, oh my God, ain't that the shit? You know what I mean? Like, he falls down before the season starts,
and
hurts his leg, got a boo-boo. Now we're kind of in suspense with what's going to happen there.
Right.
In real life...
What happened in real life?
Linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, Damian Wilson, got injured playing paintball.
What?
Yes! I'm not kidding, dude. So these shows are filmed, way back, right? So this shit happened in real life. He didn't hurt his leg. He got shot in the eye with the paintball.
Ooh.
Where's your eye protection, by the way?
Yeah,
right?
Aren't you supposed to wear a mask?
Yeah, you're supposed to wear a shield or something.
Whatever.
But anyways, fucking guy goes out and gets injured playing paintball, just like what happened in the show Ballers. So
just before training camp.
Just before training camp. And so that makes me look at the show Ballers and say, you guys are fucking spot on, dude.
Spot on.
You guys are spot on.
Yeah.
To play a story, to predict a story.
That weird.
Of a Dallas Cowboys linebacker getting injured playing paintball, and then that shit really happening?
Well, and it's not like that's a normal event. So that's like a one-off
Yeah, it's
weird
just odd.
fucking thing.
I know, right? So anyway, so to me, I thought that was pretty fucking cool. How those two stories kind of intertwine. So that's my top story for the day.
Cool.
All right, you want to talk a little bit about your boy Antonio Brown?
Yeah, so Steelers wide receiver Antonio Brown was challenged for pink slips by Jets wideout Brandon Marshall.
Right. In a video, right? Online?
Was it like, I don't know what it was.
Yeah, it was a video.
Instagram or
like
whatever.
A Twitter or something. Yeah, who knows?
Periscope.
One of those fucking things.
One of those things. So, yeah, he challenged him. First it was to race for pinks. And then he said, better yet, who's got more receiving yards at the end of the season?
So it's receiving yards.
Yeah.
That's how they're doing it.
Yes.
So whoever has the most receiving yards at the end of the season is going to win the other's car.
Right. So you have...
Now, let's talk about the cars. What we got?
You've got Antonio Brown's got a Rolls Royce worth approximately $300,000.
Right, but how much did he devalue it by painting it all in Pittsburgh Steelers colors?
But it doesn't say Steelers or anything. It's like
it does.
No, it doesn't. It says... It doesn't say... It's
black and yellow.
Yeah, it's black and yellow, but it's like a outer space kind of theme.
What color was it?
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
I was trying to get you to sing that song. Yeah, okay, all right. So it's not exactly Steelers, but it's Steelers colors.
Well, and Brandon Marshall's Porsche is valued at $175,000.
Okay, so the Porsche is $175,000, the Rolls Royce is $300,000, but I think you got it, and we talked about this at the onset a little bit with the Facebook Live viewers. So I think that you got to give odds, man. Antonio Brown should get more receiving yards. Look who's throwing him the ball.
Well, Antonio Brown's going to get more. Okay, now there's got to be. So Antonio Brown says, "Dude, I'll take you up on that.
Right?
How about you? Here's my number. Call me."
Yeah, he said, "Don't
take
do it
this
on
shit off of the internet.
take it off the internet and just." But why?
Which is respectable to me.
I mean,
like if you want to do this, I'll do it.
He said, "Game on."
Yeah, game on.
That was his answer. Game on.
But you've got So basically, you have those two, and Ben Roethlisberger versus Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah.
I think I like my odds with Antonio Brown.
If here's what I think, and this is just from my football mind thinking. If Eric Decker goes down, I give it back to Brandon Marshall. I think he goes to the favorite. But between Eric Decker and Brandon Marshall, they split too many receiving yards, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any way in hell. Now, unless they say there's no way in hell they do it, they would have to throw the caveat of barring injury. So if either one of us or our quarterbacks are injured,
barring injury,
then this is null and void.
Barring injury sounds like a cop out. Don't get fucking injured.
Yeah, but it's not just them. If the quarterback gets injured as well,
right?
I think you're in deep shit.
So you don't want your backup quarterback,
right?
Geno Atkins.
I would say that bet is null and void. You know, you're talking about a lot of money.
Geno Atkins. It's Geno Smith. I know. I'm just fucking it up.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So, thanks, homeboy. All right. So that's the story. I want to know what you guys think. What do you guys think? Fuckloads of money. You pretty much have fuck you money when you're having a bet like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, and to me, like me being me, I don't like that.
Right.
Like I don't like you throwing in the face how much money you're making, because we've had this talk before about how I think that the sport in general is overpaid.
Right.
And that's basically just a kick to the balls. People who are going to watch you are scraping up everything they can to get tickets for that game.
I know, but
like I'm cool if you make that as a side bet and I don't ever know about it.
I see, and that's so that's the point Antonio Brown was making. He's like, don't flaunt this shit, just call me.
Yeah. Give me a call. Let's do this.
Okay, all right. That's cool. Maybe it's a little pompous of Brandon Marshall to do that like that.
It's like me and you going, hey, I got $50 on this game.
Right.
You know, that's the same type of money, I would guess, what they have.
That's probably what it's like. That's probably why maybe you can kind of ease off on Brandon Marshall a little bit. It's like, whatever, it's a Porsche, right?
Well, and Marshall's, he's got a better contract than Antonio Brown as of right now.
That's right. Antonio Brown's looking for more money, right?
Yep.
So, okay, what else we got?
So sticking with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Did you see anything about this D'Angelo Williams wedding?
All I saw was a shot of him doing it, and they were all dressed like zombies.
Dude, they did a Walking Dead themed
Are
wedding.
you fucking serious,
Yeah.
dude? Like, it's real. It wasn't a joke.
No, it was 100% real.
A Walking Dead wedding.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, there's not much I'm going to say about it. But,
right.
But I thought it was cool. Like, have fun with it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
I think that's cool.
I think it's cool, too.
Do what you want. He's got fuck you money, too, so...
All right, so let's talk. We brought up contracts a little bit with Antonio Brown, and he's still waiting to sign. He's got this year, so he'll end up getting a new contract. But
right.
But Texans GM Rick Smith got a new contract.
Okay.
He got a contract extension. So that's going to keep him here for another 4 years, which is good.
Which is fine. He's good. I think, watching Hard Knocks last year, you got to know him a little bit more,
Well, and
I
that
feel
team needs that stability.
Yeah.
Like, they need that even keel kind of guy and not changing a bunch.
Right.
But that brings you to DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
So when we wrote all this up, he was holding out.
Yeah, I know. He was holding out. But today...
At $40,000 a day.
I know.
Was his fine.
That's a little rich.
Well, for us.
And for him, when he doesn't have the contract.
Right, he's still working off his rookie contract.
Yeah, he's on his rookie contract, and, he's got an Adidas sponsorship that he's working on and stuff. But I was surprised to see he ended the holdout in one day, though.
Well, you know why I think so?
Why?
He gets a $445,000 roster bonus on Wednesday, as long as he shows up.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh, so he didn't premeditate that shit? Or?
No.
So can he go get that bonus and hold out again?
He probably could, but why? You already gave up. You know what I mean?
Or did he...
Well, here's my thing, is that, and what was it? I wrote this down. I think it was last May.
Right.
He got a contract extension, so he still has technically 2 years.
Oh, he's got 2 years. He's not going into his last year.
No, so why are you... What the fuck are you holding out for? Like... I can see it if it's getting to your last year.
I didn't know that, but I mean, he's only making $1.5 million, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not. He's worth more.
It's not that much.
Like, and the owner tweeted out or said in a press release something today. He said, "Don't worry, when it's time, we're gonna make it right."
Yeah, I know they will. They'll take care of him.
And they did that. They did that with Andre Johnson for years. Like, he's your guy. You take care of him. Right. And I think they do a good job of that.
We were watching training camp today, and he caught a 3-yard pass.
Oh, everybody went apeshit.
Woo-wee! 3 yards. Woo! I'll tell you to watch for is that Braxton Miller boy.
Yeah. He's quick.
Yes. Braxton Miller.
All right. We watched them returning a little bit.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Okay, so talking about Andre Johnson.
Yes.
Who is not with the Colts anymore.
Oh, my God.
So he's going to don a new uniform this year.
Andre Johnson went to where?
Him and the Titans agreed to terms on a 2-year deal.
A 2-year deal, really?
Yep.
So now, I thought it'd be like a 1 year or something, a little guy like that. But
I think that's another one where you need stability in that organization. You got a lot of young guys in Tennessee right now.
Why won't he leave the AFC South, this guy, though?
I don't know. That's what, 3 or 4 teams?
3.
3 out of the 4 teams.
He's an AFC South lifer. He just wants to keep beating up on his old teams.
He's 35 years old, but he's still consistent. Like, he's not as good as he was.
Right.
He just, he's worn. And he didn't have a great year last year. But you also didn't have Andrew Luck for a good chunk of time.
That's true.
I think he'll be fine. I think he's going to help Marcus Mariota a lot. And he's going to give him like a reliable option to know if I throw this guy, he's going to catch it. Mm-hmm. So I think that helps the Titans a lot.
Okay. Well, there you go. So Andre Johnson's to the Titans.
Yeah.
You mentioned it earlier. Jets and Fitzpatrick have come to terms.
Yep.
I'm not too surprised. The only thing that was cool about that, or not cool but notable, is that you have Brandon Marshall, who we also talked about earlier. Obviously, not very tactful. Went and tweeted out that he was like very thankful that Fitzpatrick was bad. So here's Geno Smith.
He would have lost his fucking. He would have lost his car. He might as well driven it over to Antonio Brown's house right there.
Just dropped off the keys and said, "Here you go." So that was pretty interesting. Oh, look, a squirrel. Hey, now we have a squirrel in the studio. Hey, what's up?
The weird thing is
what?
The weird thing is that this is technically a 2-year contract.
Right.
But he can opt out after the first year.
Fitz can?
Yeah, Fitz can. So he's going to get paid $12 million for this season.
Right.
And he can void after this one. So is Fitzpatrick the long-term solution for the dumpster fire that is the quarterback situation since Chad Pennington?
I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, who else do you got? You got Geno Smith, Bryce Petty, Hackenberg. I think Hackenberg is the guy that they're hoping will end up being franchised, but he's a little ways off.
He's off, yeah. So I mean, here's where we're at. We've got Fitz. I think he's good, and we're going to talk a little bit more about.
He needs to make better
team,
choices. But other than that, like, I like him. I think he's smart.
I like him too. I think him and Decker have some great chemistry. I think him and Marshall have some great chemistry. So we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see what happens without Ivory there, but they have Matt Forte now, right? So Matt Forte might make a big difference for him. So Anquan Bolden to replace Megatron. You think he's going to replace Megatron? You wrote this note.
No way.
You?
Yeah. So they're still looking for help with their Calvin Johnson list receiving core. They added another veteran. I mean, you just keep adding older dudes on the back ends of their career.
Yeah, like Sanu.
Now I think they're hoping that Bolden goes the way of Randy Moss and kind of resurges his career. I just don't I like him, but I don't think he's got it.
I still think Golden Tate's the number one there. He's got to be.
Oh yeah, so, Tate has to be.
Yeah, definitely. Rams and Nick Foles part ways.
Yes, they did.
The L.A. Rams. That sounds weird. I still want to say St. Louis.
The L.A. Rams.
The L.A. Rams. I'll get used to that.
So he's out there.
Yeah.
Who else? Devin Hester's out there.
Devin Hester's out there, but them getting rid of Devin Hester. Do you think that's a little bit about do returners really have that much of an impact anymore?
I think at times, yeah. I think at times they do.
I don't know. Yeah, Devin Hester's always dangerous, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's what we got.
That answers your question on that.
Cool. All right, you ready to get into some baseball?
Yeah. This week in Major League Baseball.
I love that intro song for baseball, dude.
So did you see that kid? I call him a kid. I call everybody a kid who's
kid. Anyone younger than you or what?
25. They're just a kid.
Okay, so this kid steals home in Major League Baseball or in another league?
No. So he's a Mets fan, and he
steals a home run.
Yeah, he steals the home run.
Oh, right. I did see this video. Okay,
so
talk about it.
He reaches over the wall.
Yep.
Catches it as the center fielder's going up for the catch. He robs him from him. So then what he does is back in the day, Dikembe Mutombo, he says,
Oh, no.
Dude, and to see that from a kid, to have the wherewithal to not only catch the ball,
right,
but then to talk shit while he did.
I love it.
I thought that was amazing. So, I don't know, Citi Field, they had fun that night.
Right. But he got called out, didn't he?
Yeah. So, David Dahl, who was going to catch it, he was pissed off. Right. He turned around going, "What the fuck?"
I know. He's like, "What?"
But yeah, it was not ruled a home run, and the Mets went on to lose 7-2. So that was actually the bright spot in
the good part of the game.
Yeah, the Mets that night.
Cool.
Dude, there's so many trades going on right now in baseball. It's so hard to keep up with it. So
Beltran.
I did all that. Okay, so what do you got?
Just all I heard is Beltran's leaving the Yankees to go to the Texans.
I would leave the Yankees for everything.
The Yankees.
The Yankees.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's do, because today is the last day of the
trade deadline.
The free waiver trade deadline or whatever is, right? So let's talk about that next week. We'll give you an update of what happened.
Okay,
right?
So you want me to hold off on this one?
Yeah, leave it.
All right, so let's move on to the
Astros fan.
Yeah, so the Astros fan started this GoFundMe. So
why?
It's not very often that you see fans passing the hat to raise money for billionaire sports owners.
Right.
But
what was he raising money for?
So the struggles this year of outfielder Carlos Gomez have prompted one fan to do so, at least in cyberspace. So after the Astros lost 2-1 at home to the Yankees, this kid got fired up. Right. And it was Gomez grounding out to end the game in a double play. So he started this page on GoFundMe to buy out Gomez's contract. So he's owed another $9 million. So this kid is trying to raise $9 million to buy him out of the contract and just get the fuck rid of him. And this kid, let's see, what's his name? Andrew Collins.
Come on, that's pretty funny.
He used to live here in Spring.
Right.
He lives in Austin now, but he said, "We all love the Astros. We all know Carlos Gomez is a huge bust.
Yeah.
Let's pay him to leave our beloved city. Let's buy out his contract and send him on his way."
So if you buy out his contract, is it really $9 million or is it half?
I don't know.
You don't know how that works?
No.
I'm kind of interested to know.
I'm not a fucking accountant.
If anybody knows on Facebook Live, let us know. I think you would only owe $4.5 million. The other team picks up the balance.
Right.
Isn't that how it works?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. You want to move on?
I think that's fucking crazy. So I don't know what everybody thinks of that, but yeah. Last week we had somebody talk about. We were going to talk about Alex.
John.
Yeah. Alex Bergman coming along. How is he coming along?
So the former LSU star and newest Houston. Damn, that was hard to get out. Houston Astros third baseman.
Right.
So the weird thing, he came out and his defense is phenomenal.
Right.
Like his glove is great. He's had some great plays so far, but he's up to right now, as far as I know, against the Yankees. They're done with that series, but he went 0-9.
So he's no fucking big deal then.
Well, here's the thing, dude, is the three prospects that the Astros have brought up this season.
Right.
Who the hell did you have? You had A.J. Reed, who went 0-16 before his first hit.
Right.
Colin Moran, who went 0-13 in his stretch. So it's not something new. They're adjusting to pitching.
Right.
I'm not that worried, but he's going to be done. Not that he's done, but their need for him is done.
Right.
Their third baseman's coming back. He's going to be healthy probably by the end of the weekend. And I think that Alex will kind of go back down. And they'll call him back up because his glove is phenomenal.
So he'll go both ways, but he needs to get on the sticks better then.
Yeah.
He needs to hit better?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Right on. That's all we got for baseball?
That's all I got for baseball.
What are we going to do now?
I think we'll break down the AFC and NFC South.
For the next couple weeks, we will be breaking down the AFC and the NFC divisions. Last week, we did the AFC and NFC North. This week, we're doing the AFC and NFC South.
Yeah.
We're going to start it off where we started our morning, the Houston Texans. We were live for day 2 of training camp, which was fun.
That was fun.
We had a special invite to go down there and check it all out.
Yep.
And let's talk a little bit about what Coach Bill O'Brien's been doing.
Picking up Brock Osweiler.
Man, big move, right?
Much needed quarterback.
Obviously. So we talked a little bit about that on the onset. So Brock Osweiler, I think it just kind of all rests on how well he plays. That's how the Texans are going to play this year.
And I slightly disagree with you on that.
What?
It's not. I think all he has to do is manage. Like, don't turn the ball over.
Right.
And that's where I think that Lamar Miller from Miami is going to get the workload.
Okay. Yeah, you did say that last week. That was your number 5 running back or
I think
something?
so.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, I guess, right?
Yep.
Arian Foster left, so you already talked about Lamar Miller. Lamar Miller comes in from Miami. Arian Foster goes to Miami, but not as a trade. Yeah,
right.
Not as a trade.
No.
Will Fuller at wide receiver, and of course we talked about a little earlier, Braxton Miller comes in as well. So training camp time, you never know what's going to happen or who's going to win what jobs, but it's looking like Brock Osweiler's leading the way for that job. Lamar Miller, he's going to be the bell cow probably in the backfield.
Yeah. With
With Alfred Blue maybe playing scat back or third downs, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
And that's it.
So what do you think? Better than last season? I mean, they're healthy. They all seem short of Watt right now, who says he's going to be back.
Yes, he says he's going to be back.
I think that they're pretty healthy right now.
Here's my thoughts. Better than last year, yes. First in the division, no.
Okay, so if Jadeveon Clowney can stay healthy, that'll help add to what could be a nasty defense.
Right.
Like I said, Miller, I think he's going to have a stellar year. He's going to help take pressure off of Osweiler, who, if he can go, dude, if they can go kind of the Broncos formula last year, is basically like our defense is good and our quarterback just don't fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I think we got a pretty good team. And I think that if they use that, they could go deep in the playoffs.
You think so?
I do think so.
I disagree on this one with you, but I'll tell you what. Let's save it to the end of the AFC South Division, and I'll give you my breakdown of where I think everybody's going to sit.
All right.
You want to jump into the Colts?
Yeah, we can.
All right. You got nothing else on the Texans? You sure? I don't want to rush you away. If you have anything else, let me know.
I don't have shit.
Chuck Pagano is back for another season
with the Colts.
With the Colts, guess who he brought in as O-line coach?
Who?
Joe Philbin, former Miami Dolphin coach.
Yep.
So he brought him in. They've got Andre Johnson, we just talked about.
Is gone.
Yes, gone.
Yep.
They've got him leaving, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that he's been part of 3 of 4 AFC South teams, that's crazy. Even though he had a bad year in 2015, Dwayne Allen's re-signing was big, especially because Kobe Fleener took off to Nolans. So, excuse me. Oh, man. So that's my thoughts on that. I think they're going to need Philip Dorsett to make the biggest contribution. And with Frank Gore, who's not getting any younger, he's 33 years old now. Who knows if he can continue to, be relied on as that bell cow, right? So,
I like Frank Gore. I've always liked Frank Gore, but he's hit or miss.
It's too bad, you know.
Like, he has a really good game and then a really shite game.
I say he retires after this season.
But I do like their receiving core. I mean, shit, you've got T.Y. Hilton, Dante Moncrief. I mean,
yeah,
dude, if they can produce and Luck stays healthy,
yep,
they could be. The only thing I don't like is, I think, like, Luck shaving his beard. His Amish beard. I think it's like Samson, like cutting his hair, and maybe a little bit of his strength is gone.
You think so?
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. Well,
maybe
we'll
he's
have
more
to see.
aerodynamic now.
Maybe.
Chris is out there. Hey, Chris, we're in Houston, man.
We are north of Houston, actually.
We're north of
Glenn doesn't know where he lives. We're in his backyard. He doesn't know where he lives.
We're Houston-ish.
We're Houston-esque. Yes.
But that's all I got. What about, you want to move on?
Jacksonville.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Jacksonville, I think, had a great draft.
Yeah.
Coach Gus Bradley and his GM, David Caldwell, made a splash this year, man. I'm telling you. They selected 2 defensive juggernauts, and arguably 3, but we're talking Jalen Ramsey at cornerback and Myles Jack at inside linebacker. Huge additions to the team. I think they won the draft. I think they had a great draft, so in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Chris Ivory.
The Chris Ivory pickup was great.
Yeah.
I give him an A+ in the draft. They also picked up cornerback Prince Amukamara.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Amukamara. I know how to pronounce
Who else they
that
pick
shit.
up?
So former Super Bowl champion defensive tackle Malik Jackson.
Yep.
From the Broncos. So I think they have an amazing core group. They're building on it. Blake Bortles was fucking lights out last year, I think.
Whoa.
What?
Yes and no. Dude, he was as shitty as he was good. He was great fantasy-wise. Mm-hmm. But he turned the ball over a lot.
Okay.
And that's why I think a lot of it hinges on him.
Okay.
If he can manage the ball better, they could be tough.
Doesn't matter. They've got a better defense now. I think, yeah, of course. I mean,
but
yes,
if
does he
you
need to take care of the ball better? Yes,
Yeah.
he does. 100%. I'm not going to fucking disagree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, now that you have a defense that you can trust, maybe Blake Bortles doesn't force the passes. Maybe they're not playing from behind and having to, you know, how many interceptions came when they were playing from behind and you tossed one up
Right.
to try to catch up, right? They stop playing from behind, his performance goes up 100%.
Well, and I think a lot of this. So last year they finished 5-11. Is that right?
I don't know. Actually, I don't have it here. I'm sorry. 5-11 sounds right.
But for the
Shitty.
5th straight year, they had a top 5 pick in the draft.
Right.
And they did well with that with Myles Jack.
Right.
I don't know. They had a very weak pass rush. And if they can generate pass rush,
Right.
dude, they only did it like 26. They were only able to convert 26% of the time on their pass rush.
Well, listen, this year is different.
I think so, and I do.
Different, and I'm gonna. This is my team to look out for this year in 2016.
But you got, Jalen Ramsey being able to cover a receiver better gives more time for your line to crash.
Yeah.
And get to the quarterback.
Yeah, coverage sacks are everything too, right?
Yeah, I really think that it all boils down to Bortles. If he can
Right.
not turn it over, they could come back out of as a dark horse.
Yeah, they could. I 100% agree, man. They are my team to look out for in 2016.
Right on.
The Tennessee Titans bring in new coach Mike Mularkey, who was the former tight end coach over there.
What a great name.
I like that, Mularkey. Yeah.
Malarkey. That's a bunch of malarkey.
Like melancholy.
No, malarkey's like bullshit.
Malarkey?
Yeah.
You actually say that?
Yeah.
In your conversation in day-to-day?
I haven't in a long time, but I remember my dad and my uncle saying that. That's malarkey.
That's malarkey.
Yeah. Yep.
Your dad probably doesn't talk like that, but in my head he does. Taking over from Mike Munchak. Tale of two Mikes, so let's see which Mike is better. Big offseason moves. What'd they do here?
DeMarco Murray?
Yes.
They picked him up, and I think he still has a lot of gas in the tank.
He's
though.
coming off his worst year as a running back.
Yeah, but look at where he was. Mm-hmm. He was in Philly, man.
With Chip Kelly.
I think Murray's going to have a pretty good year.
Right.
Matt Castle from
backup.
Dallas as a backup. I think
Yeah.
that's a pretty solid backup.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of things that Marcus Mariota can learn from Matt Castle.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he's
With
a
the
smart
experience.
kid.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of places. So.
And he played for USC, so he's fucking
of course,
awesome.
Of course, he's the best. He played for UFC.
That's right.
Yeah.
Who else they got? Rashard
Wide receiver,
Matthews?
yeah, Rashard Matthews.
Yep.
They pull him from Miami.
And my favorite pickup, Andre Johnson.
Yeah, that's your favorite?
I think so.
Yeah?
Like, I really think that's going to give them some of that stability.
So, bringing it, like you said, the experience like that Matt Castle brings, what is the Andre Johnson wide receiver going to do for a sophomore, young quarterback like Marcus Mariota?
I think he gives him a solid guy to throw to. Like, he knows with the young receivers he's got who may drop the ball or misrun a route.
Right.
I think that's something that Andre Johnson he's known for running a route perfectly.
Yes.
Which is why he's been as good as he's been.
Right.
But not only that, is he can help guide these young receivers.
Right.
And I think that's something that's going to be good for the Titans overall.
We'll see what happens.
So, yeah, I mean, it'll help. The only thing I see is Mariota I like Marcus Mariota a lot because he's out of the Pac-12.
Right.
But he needs to work on his long ball. That's where I think he falls short.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why throw it when you can fucking run it the whole field?
Well,
right?
and that's the thing, dude. I mean,
if you saw that play last year.
But if he gets his long ball working,
yeah.
I think his legs are more effective.
Okay.
Because now they have to drop back because they're worried about it.
Right.
And he's got 12 yards to run, no problem.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
So we'll see how it turns out.
The cool part was in the draft how they traded their number 1 pick to Cleveland. Everybody thought they were going Laramie Tunsil.
Right.
And they had traded that pick, and then they find out Laramie Tunsil was a big bong smoker. And
which was an awesome bong, by the way. It
was pretty cool. It was the gas mask.
Yeah,
the gas mask bong. And then they ended up getting to the 8th pick, and Laramie Tunsil was still there. So everybody's thinking, oh, shit, these guys are brilliant. They trade away their number 1 pick. They get, to Cleveland. They get the 8th pick from Cleveland, and then now their guy is still there. They didn't even go with him.
Right.
Because of what happened, obviously, right? So they take Jack Conklin as an offensive tackle out of Michigan to help provide some more protection for Marcus Mariota. So we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. So
now, you ready for my final predictions?
Yeah. What do you got?
What do you got first? You want to go first?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh yeah, you go.
You want to go number 1, and then we'll just go back.
Just do the whole thing.
All right. So number 1, I got the Texans.
Really?
Yeah, I really like the upgrade on
You became a Texan fan today at training camp, didn't you?
I really like the upgrade at quarterback. I like that the defense is mostly healthy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that they'll be fine. They got a great runner.
Yeah.
Like a solid runner.
You like Lamar Miller.
I do like Lamar Miller, and I may take him, depending on where I land in the draft. But then I got the Colts. It's hard to go against Luck in those young receivers. They're super fast. He's so good at reading the game. Then I actually have the Jaguars, and I think, like, to me, I think the Jaguars and the Titans, to me, could both jump up that list really quick.
Right.
Depending on how they shake out after training camp.
Okay.
So, but I do have the Jaguars ahead of the Titans.
Okay, so you got the Texans,
Colts, Jags, Titans.
Jags, Titans. You got the Colts second, really?
Yep.
Really. All right, here's what I got. I got the Jaguars finishing 10-6 to win the division.
Holy shit.
Okay? That's like, dude, I'm just saying that's my bold prediction of the year. The Jaguars are the team to look out for, okay?
Okay.
And look at the strength of schedule too.
Yeah.
Okay. They've got an easy schedule, and for the amount that they've strengthened up and built their core and they built their talent up, I think it's possible. Anyways, then I have the Texans, who may squeeze into a wild card spot. Let's say yes. I'm going to put the Texans in a wild card spot.
Okay.
And then I have the Titans, and then the Colts last.
Ooh, you got the Colts chasing, huh?
The Colts at the very bottom of the division.
All right. Well, we'll keep these and kind of see where we land out.
Yeah, it'd be exciting to go back and look.
Yeah.
It'd be exciting. You ready to jump into the NFC?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not as excited about this.
Got to tune in our station here. Let's start. You're not excited?
No, not with the NFC South.
Why? Cam Newton, motherfuckers. He's in this division.
This is such a shit division this year.
All right, let's talk Atlanta Falcons.
All right, let's go Falcons.
Coach Dan Quinn comes in last year looking like a fucking hero.
Right.
Wins the first 6 of 7, and then drops 6 in a row to be finally eliminated from the playoffs for the 3rd year in a row. So, what do you think of that?
What do I think of it?
Yeah.
I think the Falcons...
how do they win?
The Falcons are a dumpster fire.
And then they're the only team last year to beat the Panthers. The only team.
That's usually what happens, dude. That is usually
it's a trap
what
game.
happens.
It was a trap game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love that term, by the way.
The trap game?
Trap game.
Yeah, I like that too. So here's what they got going on. Big offseason moves. Mohamed Sanu. They picked up Mohamed Sanu from Cincinnati.
I'm glad that he's out of my division, but I'm not that scared of that guy.
QB Matt Schaub is backing up Matty Ice.
I think that's shit. Both of them.
That's weird. You need to develop now.
Both
At
of
this
them
point,
are shite.
I don't understand why they're bringing in a guy like Matt Schaub. They need to start developing behind Matty Ice is what I think. So, and then Roddy White leaves as free agent.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't see him being competitive at all.
No,
I think they're going to
do I.
be shit. I think they have way more additions to make, especially the wide receiver position.
Right.
And Sanu is not really going to make about fucking much difference. So
I'm in agreement.
That's all I got on the Falcons.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's move on to the Carolina Panthers. Super Bowl runner-ups. Carolina Panthers, the coach, Ron Rivera, Cam Newton, and the Panthers, they can't wait to dab their way back into this season so they can forget about the fucking shit loss that they had last year to the Broncos. So here's my thoughts. Last year, if we're looking back a second, Luke Kuechly, fucking robbed of the most valuable defensive player award in 2015.
Maybe.
I don't think J.J. Watt deserved it last year. That's just my thought.
Well, he won't get it this year.
No, I mean, if he plays, he's got to play.
He'll play.
And, I mean, I'll be honest. Look, I mean, like, I know there's a lot of J.J. Watt homers here, and you're probably fucking getting on Twitter and getting on Facebook Live and getting pissed off at me right now. But I'm going to tell you what. J.J. Watt did not deserve the most valuable player last year. Luke Kuechly was the most valuable player to his team last year.
Right.
That interception against my Seahawks, the second to score the second touchdown was a defensive touchdown for the Carolina Panthers in that division game.
Yeah.
Was the one that just fucking crushed them.
That was a backbreaker.
There was a backbreaker for that first half, and that led to the snowball that just it put the Panthers too high. They did too much damage in that first half for the Seahawks. The Seahawks made a fucking comeback, and let's not lie, there was an exciting second half.
Right.
But to come back to within 7 points, lose that game within 7 points, I'm just saying it was close, right?
It was close.
So they made a good attempt, but I'm just saying Luke Kuechly put the team on his back for that one.
Yeah.
And that's just one example of what he did all fucking year long. So
they lost another defender, though.
They lost Josh Norman.
Yeah.
So let's get into our big offseason move. So Josh Mormon. Jared Allen rode off to the sunset, into the sunset on Twitter.
Yeah, via Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he literally rode a horse off into the sunset. He's like, there's no sunset, though. And then a big draft pick. They picked up, they already have a deep lineup of defensive tackles, and they picked up Vernon Butler, 30th overall, which is a good pick for them. So I think the Panthers will win the division for a third year straight.
I think so.
They have the talent, and they have the swagger. That's what they're all talking about these days. They have the swagger to make it happen.
There's no way that they put up numbers like they did last year, though.
No, I don't think they're going to have the season.
There's no fucking way.
But the division is so shit that they can't help but fucking win it.
Yeah.
So
you can't help but accidentally win that division.
Yeah, if they don't win the division, something's fucking wrong.
So let's get into a shite team in that division. The New Orleans Saints.
I'll win the Saints.
So, Sean Payton, head coach, 11th season with the Saints.
Yep.
What do they have?
Biggest offseason moves, they picked up tight end Kobe Fleener from Indianapolis.
Yep, and I like Fleener.
Yeah, but they're going to take over. Ben Watson leaves, and I thought Ben Watson and Drew Brees were starting to get some good chemistry. Drew Brees does like his tight ends, right? So I think he's going to look to Fleener early and often.
And Fleener may be a good pickup for fantasy. We haven't quite got to tight ends
Talk about it, yeah. We'll get there. Brandon Browner leaves after having a season.
To go back
to Seattle.
Yep.
Back to my boys. They re-signed running back Travis Cadet and Tim Hightower, who I think is going to emerge as the number one back there.
I like Tim Hightower.
So do I, man.
I really like him.
I'm with you. Marcus Colston retires, and Michael Thomas was a big-time second-round pickup for them. So,
how do you think they're going to do?
Man, I think the Saints are going to have a tough time in this division this year because of just they don't have that core group. They haven't figured themselves out yet. I don't know who they are as a team anymore. If they don't make the playoffs, I honestly expect this to be Sean Payton's last season as coach of the Saints. I think he's out.
I don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. I don't like him. I really don't. I think Drew Brees is, I think he's kind of on the downhill slide. They put so much on him for so many years.
Right.
I think he's done.
I love their fans, though.
He still has talent, but I do think that he's crested and he's kind of on his way down. And they don't have the team to support him. So he can't carry him anymore. He just can't.
Right.
And he tippy-toes throws, which I like because he's so short.
He tippy-toes throws.
Yeah.
But who else? Who does that remind you of?
That's a correct term, by the way. Tippy-toes throws.
I know it's a correct term. I just think it's funny. Tippy toes, tippy toes throws.
Who does that remind you of?
That's like a rap song. Tippy toes throws. Yo.
Okay.
Who you remind? Come on, man.
Fucking
My boy, Russell Wilson. 5'10".
Yeah.
All right. I think they haven't developed a QB behind him. That's the big deal, right? So I don't know. So let's see what happens. Chantel Crosby's a friend of the show and listener, and she just said you dabbed. By the way,
I did. I totally did.
You dabbed?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't watching.
You missed it.
So I didn't see it, and she fucking called you out, which is so fantastic. Thank you, Chantel.
You know what? I just actually learned what that was. Like I've heard it. Before.
Right.
But my 8-year-old son showed me what it was.
Yeah, he did it. He dabbed for you.
Yeah.
I will not do it. I've boycotted the dab. I will never do
totally
it. I never
did.
have dabbed.
And so now that I did, it's completely over.
I'm going to replay that video.
Go ahead.
All over and over and over. You're going to be like doing dab, 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 dab.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, Chantel, for calling out Glenn.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Chantel.
But sorry about your Saints. They're going to have a shit.
They are. Yeah, that's right. She's a Saints fan.
She's a Saints fan. So,
I think that you guys are in a long rebuilding process.
Yes, exactly. So, all right, let's move on. Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Now, this is a team I actually like in this division.
You do?
I do.
All right. What's their coach's last name? How do you pronounce that?
Coder?
Coeter?
Coder?
It's probably Coder.
Coiter?
Like a goiter?
Like coitus?
Like coitus?
Like coitus?
Dirk Coitus?
I don't, dude. I'm so.
Fuck! If his name was Dirk Coitus, that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. But I'm so bad with names.
Yeah, I know.
Like I fuck up so many names.
Give us the phonetic spelling of this guy's last name. But it's new coach Dirk Coder, former offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay. He takes over for Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
Guess who he brought in as head coach or as former head coach of Atlanta? He brought Mike Smith in, to run the defense. So.
I think that's a good move. I
think
really
so, too.
like those two, and I like what Tampa Bay's offense could be under him.
Yeah.
I really compared to Lovie Smith.
Right.
Because you saw Lovie Smith do that in San Francisco.
Right.
Where it went it was really
or Chicago, you mean?
It was didn't he end up coaching in San Francisco as well before Harbaugh?
Was he before Harbaugh?
I thought so.
That was Mike Singletary, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe it was
That was Mike Singletary.
I'm getting my Bears.
I could be
up.
wrong. No, Mike Singletary. And then the Bears, he coached the Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. I'm wrong.
So, anyways, but that was before Harbaugh was Mike Singletary.
But yes, I do like an offensive-minded head coach.
Yeah, so do I. I mean, that's good. So we'll see what happens. But here's my thoughts. All right. So they retained Doug Martin. That's key. So big offseason moves, Doug Martin.
Which I like. Dude, I sat on him for years in fantasy.
And he had a good year last year.
And he finally had a good year.
But that was his contract year.
Yeah.
And then he gets his contract.
Guess who's not one of my keepers this year?
Doug Martin.
Doug Martin.
Yeah. All right. They pick up some more protection in the form of guard J.R. Sweezy from Seattle.
Sweezy.
I mean, great name, right? Mm-hmm. Sweezy. He was a defensive
For
lineman.
Sheezy.
Yeah, he was like a defensive lineman turned O-lineman as part of like that Tom Gable experiment. They like to do that.
Yeah.
They like their offensive linemen being athletic.
Yeah.
So they pull those defensive linemen.
Which is good.
It's cool, yeah. It did work for him. It look what happened. I mean, he got paid, man. He got big money.
Well, and if you can get an athletic guy in there to pull,
right?
Like to come out and pull around the corner or something,
speed,
that's fucking great. That's way better for you,
dude. When I played high school ball, I loved pulling. Like when you pull down the line. Oh, I'm serious. You laugh again. Are we 12?
I am inside.
That was funny. You're right. All right, so I love pulling down the line because you're like a blindside block. You're a blind block,
right?
Because that linebacker, the outside linebacker, coming across the line thinking he's going to smoke your running back, and you come out and boom, just blow him up. Oh,
yeah,
fuck, yeah. Pulling was my favorite.
Yeah.
Defensive end Robert Ayers comes over from the New York Football Giants, and they drafted 11th overall Vernon Hargraves, cornerback out of Florida State. So I think the Bucs, they're going to improve. I think you're right.
I like Mike Evans.
Let's see how Mike Evans does. Doug Martin's going to have to continue, have another good campaign. And Jameis Winston, I hear he's fucking leaner, man. I hear he dropped like 20 pounds.
I hope so.
So if he dropped 20 pounds and he worked real hard in the offseason, let's see what kind of season he can have.
Well, because he was very much like he reminded me of like a Byron Leftwich. Is kind of how Jameis Winston always reminded me, like a Byron Leftwich who could run better.
I'll tell you. He's smartened his act up, and I'll give him that because he could have went. I got an opener. Oh, thanks, bro. He smartened his act up because he could have went the way of the fucking Johnny Manziel and this and that because he was coming into Tampa Bay with the potential of having some off-field issues.
Right.
Remember in college he had that thing with he got up on the table in college and said "fuck her in the pussy."
Right.
Right. Like I mean, like he didn't make good decisions, right? So, and then he had that sexual harassment case against him and all that stuff. So, I mean, he was coming in with potential offseason problems, but I think he's smarting his shit up. So,
right.
All right, so here's what I think about the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
you want me to go first this time?
Go ahead.
All right, so the Buccaneers will win the wild card. They will not win the division, though.
Okay.
And we talked about this. The Panthers win the division, I think, at 12-4 this year.
Okay.
So I give the Panthers 12-4. The Buccaneers win the wild card. Then I put the Saints, and then I put the Falcons at the bottom of the barrel. Same as me? Yeah!
Same list.
Cheers, motherfucker.
I hate when we agree.
No, I love it.
I hate it.
There's too much hate in the
Makes
world.
for a shitty podcast. But I do. I agree with you on that.
Great minds think alike. Let's get into some fantasy talk.
Like now, do I dab?
Now you dab.
Is that how
Right now. Oh, shit.
that's the only thing I know how to do. Like, that's the only part.
We've lined up our top fantasy quarterbacks this week for you to try and grabbing in your draft. We want to know how your drafts go, so keep us in the loop. Glenn and I have put together a top 5. I threw some extras in here we can talk about.
Yeah, I think we go top 10 on
You
this
got
one.
top 10? All right, let's go top 10.
Because it's quarterback.
Top 10.
I think there's it's so deep at quarterback. I think we can go
10. Let's go 10. And we're not going to spend much time on it.
because everybody knows
I don't
basically the top 5.
I don't want to bore everybody on it, but this is the part you want to listen to. If you are a fantasy football player, you want to listen now.
Yeah, what we do the opposite.
What we tell you, what I tell you, do. What Glenn tells you, don't do.
Yeah,
all right?
exactly.
So, all right. Let's see how much we agree this year or this week.
All right, you want to start 10, right?
Let's start number 10. Number 10, Glenn. Or are we paper, rock, scissoring again for who goes first this
fuck
whole
it.
round?
I'll go.
Okay, you go.
10, I got Blake Bortles.
Okay.
That's my number 10 pick. I think if he gets better, he could be way higher in that list, but I just don't trust him yet.
Fair enough.
Okay. What do you got?
Man, I have Andrew Luck at number 10. And not a lot of people do.
Ooh,
I know.
I have him way higher.
A lot of people do have him way higher. And my feeling this year for Andrew Luck, he shaved the beard, as you mentioned earlier. I think that's going to fuck him up. I think his helmet's not going to fit right. And not only that, I just feel like the system there is not good anymore. I just feel like you've lost that veteran leadership. I don't know. I don't think Andrew Luck is going to have the years that he had in the past.
Okay.
So, because here's why. It all starts with the running game, and Frank Gore is not going to have a good year.
Yeah.
So that's my thought. So Andrew Luck, number 10.
Okay.
Who you got number 9?
Eli Manning, quarterback, New York Giants.
Now, there's where we also differ. I've got Eli a little higher. Why do you have him there?
You know what? Because I don't trust Eli. He's a fucking mouth breather. But really, with Odell Beckham, Victor Cruz, and Sterling Shepard, enough said. Like, he could be higher.
Sterling Shepard is your fucking sleeper this year.
I think
okay?
so.
I want everybody to... Sterling Shepard is your deep sleeper this year, okay? Yeah. I don't care who you are. You pick up Sterling Shepard. Now, I shouldn't have said this shit because Glenn and I play against each other in a fantasy league. He's probably going to pick up Sterling Shepard. But maybe you're going to pick him up too early. Because if you pick up Sterling Shepard in the 5th round, you're too early.
Yeah. No, I screwed my pick.
Yeah. But I think Eli's going to have a balls-out year. So
I think there's a chance he
I got
does,
him a little
which
higher.
is why I put him high.
I got him a little higher. Okay. Me, I have number 9 at your boy, Ben Roethlisberger,
Ooh,
number 9.
I think you're way off on that.
What, you think he's lower?
Oh, yeah.
You think he's lower?
I think he's higher.
Oh, higher.
Yeah, way higher. Way higher.
No, I have him at number 9. I think the loss of Martavis Bryant is going to be a big hit.
Okay.
And I think that the Le'Veon Bell thing is going to be all fucked up. And I just think...
I really think that Bell
Right.
won't sit out a game. You watch.
Okay, that's fair enough. You can think that all you want, but it's not going to happen. Okay?
You heard it here first.
You think Bell
will not be suspended for one game.
I disagree.
Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
He missed a drug test, Glenn.
But from what I was reading, is the guy trying to do the drug test didn't do enough to make contact.
What do you mean he didn't do enough to make contact?
Like, he called or whatever and left a message, and that was it. I guess
That's enough?
No, I guess he's supposed to, like, I guess their law, or not law, but the rule is he's supposed to contact X amount of times. It's like delivering a legal document. Like, you're supposed to deliver it by hand.
Are you serious, dude?
Something like that.
I think you're wrong.
Well, I probably am.
Okay, well, maybe it was enough,
but
it was several tests.
But I don't think that Bell sits out, and we'll just wait and see what happens.
It was several tests.
I think you're off the mark on Ben.
All right.
But
off the mark on Ben, number 9 is where I think, and that's my...
Well, now I want to change where I put Russell Wilson just out of spite.
Don't be a dick, dude. I don't even have Russell Wilson at number 1. Anyways, all right, so Ben Roethlisberger, number 9. Who do you have at number 8?
Drew Brees. For all the reasons we said, he still puts up numbers. I just don't think they're going to win. Like, I think he's still going to put up some numbers.
Well, how do you figure he's going to put up numbers, but they're not going to win?
You watch. I think him and Cody Fleener are going to have huge years.
Kobe.
Well, whatever. Kobe.
Like Kobe beef.
Yeah, Kobe.
I'm just saying.
I don't have his name in front of me.
It's Kobe.
Yeah, but you watch. I think Brees still puts up... Dude, even when they have shitty teams, he still puts up big fantasy numbers.
Man, I don't even have Drew Brees in my top 10.
Okay, so who do you got at 8?
Number 8, Blake Bortles.
Okay.
For all the reasons we talked about.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns. He's got the good running back behind him now. It's like, you know what? Blake Bortles, number 8.
I'm okay with that.
All right, let's move on.
I don't mind that. Number 7, I got Deflategate's own Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I don't even have him in my top 10.
I think Brady's going to get his. Oh, shit, there's a squirrel running right across CRUDE Sports Talk right now.
Same guy that was at our podcast the whole time.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Stop feeding him sunflower seeds,
He must like us.
He likes the sunflower seeds.
I do think Tom Brady's going to get his, but he's going to be 4 games short of it. You know, so I dropped him down. I think he should be higher.
Really?
If he was to play a full season, I think he'd be okay.
Okay, now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you know the terms of his suspension? Do you understand that for the whole suspension, from the time the season starts...
That he cannot practice with the team.
He cannot practice with the team. He cannot even throw a catch in the backyard with any of his teammates.
That's right, but you don't think that he already has his timing down with those guys? I think it's going to take a little bit of adjustment.
No.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
No.
I think he's fine.
He's fucked, dude. He's out.
Okay.
He's out of my top 10.
Okay, so
I
who do you got
totally
at 7?
disagree.
Who do you got at 7?
Number 7, Eli Manning. That's who I have it there.
Okay.
Eli Manning, number 7. And we already talked
That's
about
not
Eli
a bad
Manning.
pick.
So, yeah, I got him at number 7.
Yeah, that's not bad.
All right, go. Number 6.
The fuck do I have at 6? Carson Palmer.
Carson Palmer, number 6?
I do have him at 6.
I think you're 2 off, buddy, but...
I think David Johnson's going to have a bigger role.
Okay.
And I don't think it's going to be quite catching out of the backfield. He's going to.
So you know Bruce Arians just came out and said they're actually going to split the backs now, right?
Even so, it doesn't matter. They're gonna go more run heavy. And this is what happened last year because they do have such a good receiving core. Mm-hmm. To me, they get ahead so quick that they end up going run heavy.
Right.
So
yeah.
that's kind of why I have him. Like I like Palmer for his consistency.
Right.
Now he took a turd towards the end of the season, fantasy wise.
Do you know why?
He threw a lot of picks.
He broke his finger.
Yeah, he was injured. Whatever.
He snapped his finger out. He had a boo-boo.
Boo-boo.
He had a boo-boo.
He had a boo-boo.
All right, so that's your number 6,
Yeah,
Carson Palmer?
That's my number 6.
My number 6 is Phillip Rivers.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, we haven't talked about the division yet, but Phillip Rivers, I think, is going to emerge as number 6 quarterback this year.
I think you're out of your fucking mind.
All right. You have that right.
I have him out of the top 10.
Out of the top 10. Wow.
Now,
okay.
I did have him tied, but
Yeah.
I took all those ties out because I know you don't like that.
I hate ties.
So I did take him out.
Kissing your sister.
Who's he gonna fucking throw to? Woodhead?
He's got Stevie Johnson still coming across the middle.
Dude, Stevie Johnson's out.
What happened to Stevie Johnson?
He may be out for the whole year. He had a Achilles tear, or
is this one of those injuries? Like
this
training
is one
camp
of those training camp injuries already.
We didn't get into that, so I didn't learn this because I wasn't listening to CRUDE Sports Talk.
We'll get into that next week.
Let's talk about those.
I'm almost 100% that's who it was.
But you have Keenan Allen.
Yeah, Keenan
that kid is amazing.
He's fast. He's
and you
long,
have Danny Woodhead.
but you have to have somebody that can control the line in front of him to protect him.
All right.
And that's what they didn't have last year. That's what they haven't had since he's been there because
Right.
I think he could. He's a prick as a person, but I think he could be a really good quarterback.
Hey, your boy Ben Roethlisberger was a prick too, and he emerged.
But he learned.
He learned.
That's right.
All right, so that's who I have. Let's flip it now. Let's let you go first for the top 5. Go.
I was going first.
Let's let me go first for
Okay,
the top
go,
5. That's
go
what I
for
said.
it.
Didn't I say that?
No, you didn't. Who do you got?
I got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is probably not even many people's top 10, but I have
not
Kirk
in
Cousins.
my top 10.
Kirk Cousins and Deshaun Jackson are going to match up perfectly.
That's another dude. That guy.
And you know what Kirk Cousins would say? You like that? You like that?
Deshaun Jackson actually went to, when I was a freshman in high school, the rival school.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Really?
I think he went to Milliken or Wilson, one of the two, but they're both in the same So I went to
Really?
Lakewood my 9th grade year.
The LKWD.
The
from now on.
LKWD.
Yeah, for those locals.
I don't like him.
Really?
I don't like Deshaun Jackson at all.
Okay.
And you know what? I think that everything that sums up Deshaun Jackson to me is that touchdown that wasn't a touchdown because he was showboating and let go of the ball at the 1.
Oh, really?
I think that, to me, that sums up who he is.
That was enough for you, huh?
Now, I don't think that he's matured enough because
Right.
I don't think it's in him.
Okay.
I just don't think he won't. So that's why I don't have him that high. But that is number 5 is where I have Andrew Luck.
Oh, really? Andrew Luck.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just think
My
I know-
number 10, right.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that they don't have the running game,
Right.
But they do have Ty and Dante.
Right.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I think he's going to be fine this season. He's going to be healthy. He's more aerodynamic. He's
Yep.
like a swimmer now without a beard. he's no longer Amish.
I just think his helmet's not going to fit right.
So that's kind of where I have him.
All
I
right.
have him sitting at 5.
My number 4, Carson Palmer.
Okay, I can't argue with it.
Carson Palmer. You got Larry Fitzgerald back for another year. You got all the same crews you had last year. And I don't see how Carson Palmer doesn't emerge as number 4.
No, and I think that Brown catches more passes.
John Brown.
He doesn't quite drop as many.
You got John
And
Brown.
God damn it, he's so speedy.
You got John Brown. You got Michael Floyd.
Yep.
You got Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, shit, you're good. Mm-hmm. I mean, with your running back now, you've got now those middle linebackers have to pinch a little because you got the fear of David Johnson busting through the line.
Right.
I'm just
I
saying.
think you spread that defense out too
Yeah.
thin.
Yeah. You can't cover those 3 guys.
No.
There's no way.
I agree.
So, and again, they're gonna charge for the top of the division. We're gonna get into the AFC or NFC West. What 2 weeks from now?
North, south, east. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll do the East next week, and we'll do the West 2 weeks from now. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's who I have, and then number 3, Russell Wilson.
I didn't do my number 4. You just skipped me.
Fuck you then.
But that's where I have Russell Wilson.
Oh, you have him at number 4?
Yeah, I do have him.
Okay,
at
so
four.
number 4 for Glenn is Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Number 3 for me is Russell Wilson. Let's talk about Russell a little bit.
He's your guy. I'll let you talk about him.
I mean, I can talk, and I don't want to talk from a bias standpoint, but Russell Wilson, I mean, emerged as a passer last year, did he not?
Yeah, but not until Game 7.
It took him a while, but that's also the time it took for their offensive line to gel. That was a brand new offensive line that had never played together.
Well, I understand that, and I think he ended up being the number 3 quarterback. Like, I think he's good. Don't get me wrong, man.
Right.
Dude, the difference between number 3 and number 4 is so minute.
But it's not just Russell Wilson. It's his receiving core. I mean, it's Doug Baldwin. Where the fuck did Doug Baldwin come from? Is he not the next Steve Smith?
The problem that I see, and I like Rawls, but I still see the running game as weaker without Lynch.
No, man, you got Thomas Rawls. They say Kristen Michael right now is impressing at camp, and you've got C.J. Procease, who they drafted, and he tore a hammy the other day or yesterday.
Yeah.
But he tweaked it. Whatever. He's gonna heal. That's just what trainers are for. But I mean, they drafted some running back C.J. Procease. They had some others they drafted too. Thomas Rawls ran like a fucking young Earl Campbell, dude. He run mad. He ran like he was just amazing. And if we get even a glimpse of what we saw last year with Thomas Rawls, the running game's going to be solid, and it's going to be feared, and that's going to open up lanes for Russell Wilson to throw lots of touchdowns this year. That's why I have him number 3.
I think to me it if Pete Carroll sticks with the way that he built his offense around like Lynch, they're in trouble. If he goes back to when he was at USC and had Reggie Bush in the backfield and kind of tailors it a little more that way,
Right.
I think that Seattle could be a tough fucking team.
They will be.
So
Yep.
I'm not against you. Like, I have him top 5. To me, any top 5 quarterback is a great quarterback.
Yeah, of course.
And I do think that with Lynch gone, Russell Wilson has more passing yards and himself more rushing yards and rushing touchdowns.
So
Because he's the threat.
okay, so let me ask you this: if you have Russell Wilson at number 4,
Yeah.
who's your number 3? Because my number 3 was Russ.
My number 3 is Ben.
Really?
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger.
Ben Roethlisberger. Now, he's not going to run, but they have gone, I would say, the last 3-4 years.
Did you switch your number 3 and number 4 in the last 5 minutes?
No. Dude,
You swear to God?
It's on paper.
It's on
brother.
paper. Oh, shit. Let me see that.
Yeah, I don't fuck
You even-
around. I
you
got
even have
pictures.
their fucking pictures. Look at this. Oh, dude. Your notes are sick. Look at this, everybody.
I don't
He's
fuck
got
around.
the pictures right here. Wow.
I may be old school, but I'm bitching.
Shit, Sports Center. Pick this fucking guy up.
Like on a scale of 1 to awesome, I'm the shit.
Yeah, you are.
I just think like that receiving core, even with Martavis Bryant out,
Right.
I think they're still dangerous as fuck.
Really?
And he's gone. They've integrated the pass really well.
Yeah, I mean, he's solid. You're right. I can't.
And he's way smarter. As a quarterback, he's way smarter than he used to be. I think he makes better choices now.
Right.
So I have him at 3. I don't know. Dude, between him, Russell Wilson, Carson Palmer, like I would take any of those 3.
Yeah.
And start them as my
You'd be
QB
happy.
number 1.
You'd be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2,
Who do you got?
Aaron Rodgers.
That's my number 2 as well.
Really?
Yeah, I think our top 1 and 2 is
1
the
and
same.
2 are the same?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You tried to get it out of me earlier at Texans camp, and I was like, dude, we're not doing this here.
Yeah.
Save it for the podcast. And earlier, yeah, we did agree. We same number 2, Aaron Rodgers, for obvious reasons. He got Jordy Nelson coming back. He's still in the PUP, on the PUP.
Right.
So I don't know what's going to happen there, but he's got our boy Devontae Adams, who's also an ambassador for Garwood Watches.
Yep.
15% off with your promo code CRUDE. Shameless plug.
I mean, last year was easily.
Dude, look at the Facebook Live. I'm going crazy. Look at it.
I don't know what that means.
My face is. Look at it. Watch the video.
Oh, you're like Mad Max.
It's
Or
like so fast.
what was his name? Max Headroom.
Max Headroom. Coca-Cola.
I think like last season definitely was Aaron Rodgers' worst season ever.
Right.
He's not going to have as bad a game as bad a season as he did last season.
Okay.
His lowest percentage at 60% of his passes. Lowest yards per game. I don't know, man. I think he still averaged 18 fantasy points a game.
Right.
He's going to be fine. You got Jordy Nelson back, who helps him with that confidence.
Yep.
But this goes back to what I was talking to you about before on this podcast about the whole J.J. Watt thing. Like, that's what happens when you take your focus away from football.
Yeah.
Mr. Discount Double Check. So I think he's kind of refocused.
All right.
He learned from having a shit year.
Yeah.
And he'll build from it.
Let's see how he does.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and our number 1s, of course, are
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
And I hate this. Like, it was so hard to put this down for me.
It pains you
It pained me.
to put Cam Newton here, doesn't it?
Because I really don't, like, after last season, I can't not put him number 1.
Right.
But I really don't think he's going to have as good a year.
Really?
No, I don't. He's kind of, like, I had him for the first couple seasons. And I
Right.
held him forever.
Right.
His accuracy's still an issue. If he wasn't a running quarterback, he would be a middle of the road quarterback for sure.
Really?
Well, his accuracy sucks.
I don't think his accuracy's that bad. I think he's gotten better.
I mean, he's gotten better.
I hate to say it, but it's gotten better.
He's
so.
gotten better, but
Anyways.
I don't know. I think if they hold out from injuries, he could be okay. He's still going to run well, but he's not going to get. I think he got 10 rushing touchdowns. He's not going to get that.
Right.
I think he maybe ends up with 6.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, I guess, right?
And everybody knows what's coming, so you have to stop him. Otherwise, he's going to dab on your ass.
Yeah, you don't want that fucking guy to dab. Just stop him. That's all you have to do, okay?
Because I did it, though, he will never dab again.
No, it's over. Glenn's dabbed. It's over, everybody.
Yep, it's over.
It's over. All right, and that's our top 10 fantasy quarterbacks on CRUDE Sports Talk.
Follow advice or don't follow our advice,
Yeah,
I
see
wouldn't.
Yeah, what happens.
whatever. Good
I
luck.
think my bold predictions will be good. Hey, we have to cut this, get going here real quick here. We're getting to the long in the tooth in this episode, Glenn. Can we put these next two to the next episode and just drop down and do this one about alternative sports?
Yeah, let's do that.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. Glenn, let's get in the chopper.
I'm in the fucking chopper.
All right, we're going up to 25,000 feet.
25,000 feet.
All right, hold on. We're trying to get there. 25,000 feet. We're almost there.
I don't think a helicopter could go that high.
Well, in this scenario, it does.
Okay.
Okay. 25,000 feet. We're at 20,000, 21, 22, 23,
25.
25. Okay. All right. So now, Glenn, I need you to jump from the helicopter with no parachute.
Fuck off.
Do it.
No.
Go.
That was it.
Splat.
Yeah, splat. I totally would fucking splat. I would have shat on myself, and then I would have splatted. And
All
my
right.
shit would have went everywhere.
Tell them why we were doing that. We were just joking around.
All right, so Luke Aikens
Okay.
became the first person to skydive from 25,000 feet without a parachute.
Without a parachute.
He jumped out without a fucking parachute, landing on a 100 by 100 foot net in the Simi Valley Desert.
Are you fucking kidding me? So he jumps out at 25,000 feet in the air.
Yep.
Way up there, where our helicopter just was.
Yeah.
And he jumped out with no parachute.
Dude, he jumped out. He had to have an oxygen mask on.
Oh, he was that high.
He was that high.
It was a halo.
Yeah, I think it was like, I think they said 16,000 feet or something.
Yeah.
Like his partner, so he jumped out, and I think it was 2 or 3 guys with him.
Yeah.
And his partner, who was his nephew, I believe,
Yeah.
he took off his gas mask or his oxygen mask and handed it to him, free fall.
Oh, so once he got from 25,000 to 16,000, he took it off.
Yeah, he didn't need it anymore.
Yeah, that's what they call a halo, right?
Right.
High altitude, low oxygen.
Exactly.
That's fucked up, dude.
you know
so,
what do you know what the name of that stunt was called?
No, what?
Heaven Sent.
Oh, really? That's a good name.
That is a pretty good name
yeah,
because
Heaven
if
Sent.
you fuck up,
Yeah.
you're going to be heaven sent.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's the name of this podcast. Heaven Sent.
Ooh, that's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Heaven Sent. I
Heaven
like
Sent.
it. Go with it.
Done. That's fucking awesome. So he did it. He made it. He didn't die.
Well, what was funny is that he ran into a little bit of trouble just before the jump.
Did he?
And it wasn't a technical problem at all.
What was it?
So this whole thing was broadcast on Fox,
Right.
and the Screen Actors Guild ordered him to wear a parachute.
They ordered him to. They said,
Yeah.
you have to.
They said, dude, you got to wear a parachute on this. And he said, dude, wearing a parachute would have made the turn. So he dropped, and then towards the end, he had to turn on his back and
Right.
land on his back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
And what they were saying is, like, the way that he was turning, that there's probably a better chance that he would die.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't going to be able to land that way.
Right. He wouldn't have been able to initiate the turn.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes
exactly.
sense, yeah.
So he said it was far more dangerous, and then lucky for him, the order was lifted, and
Yeah.
and they said, all right, well, go ahead with it. So
So they let him do it.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Exactly. But you know what's funny is that you remember, I remember watching this, the Red Bull jump from space.
Yeah, man. The guy fucking jumped literally from space.
Yeah, Felix Baumgartner.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This was his backup. This guy, if he came out, this guy was the one who was going to jump.
You're shitting me. He would have done it.
Yep.
So this guy's
he was
sick.
his backup. So
All right.
he's got like 18,000 like skydives or some crazy shit. That's
So-
a lot.
No shit. Luke Aikens.
Yeah.
Wow. You're
Bad motherfucker, dude. And so watching this video, like, you gotta watch it, because I think it was 6,000 feet. All his support guys pulled
Right.
their chutes.
Oh yeah.
So he's fallen himself then
Right.
at that point. And I'm watching, and this net was 100 by 100, but it was so small going from his GoPro.
Like, how do you find that thing?
I'm going, holy shit.
You think 100 by 100 is pretty big.
So it was
but-
in the desert, and it was
Yeah.
a white net. So
Right.
it kind of stood out. But still, looking at it and watching him fall, I'm like, dude, that's such a small fucking target. And then when he hit it, like, he didn't hit it dead center.
No?
He was off to the side. And so as soon as he hit and the whole net went down, I was like, oh, fuck, he's going to roll off the side. Like, it was that close to me.
Really?
And it ended up, I guess the way that net is set up, as soon as it went down, it rolled him towards the middle.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, I mean, obviously they know what the fuck they're doing.
Sure.
But that is some giant brass balls
Yeah.
to jump out of an airplane
That's sick.
at 25,000 feet with no parachute. And at least that first 16, when you get to that 6,000,
Yeah.
at least there's guys there just in case something. And as soon as they pulled their chute, you're fucking on your own.
That's it.
Like, at that
As soon
point,
as, from 6,000 feet, they pull their chute. You're fucked. You're on your own.
it's either shit or get off the pot.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
So, yeah, that was
Okay.
crazy.
That is pretty sick. Very cool. All right, so you ready to get into some asshole or douchebag?
I'm always ready.
Asshole or Douchebag this week is brought to you by RigorTalk.com. It's an online directory for oil field services. They have an app in the App Store and in Google Play, so make sure you go check that out. It's where you can go and get your company pinned and get your services pinned there. You can look for jobs. They got a job market on there where you can post your resume, or employers looking for people to hire. They can put their job postings up. It's just a great tool for you. Go to RigorTalk.com and check them out. Glenn, you ready for some asshole or douchebag?
Yeah, Jeremy said we froze up.
We didn't freeze up.
That's what he said.
Oh, who? Oh, another Jeremy, you mean?
Yeah, different Jeremy, not you, Jeremy.
We probably froze up when your
After
mom
that
called.
fucking phone call.
Because your mom called, man. Tell your mom not to call when we're podcasting.
I know.
I mean, I love her and all, but...
That was my bad for not putting it on...
Do not disturb.
Do not disturb.
Yeah, it's your own fault.
It's my fault.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Crude Nation.
Way to go, Glenn.
All right, so asshole douchebag, give it to me.
Well, how come we have two of these running?
What?
I don't know. We have two running. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh. Froze up. Sorry, Jeremy. Let us know if it's back. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's fucked up.
This is the best part of the show. Right now, you're about to listen to the best part of the show.
Yeah.
It's called Asshole or Douchebag. It's where I ask Glenn certain things that happen to me maybe throughout the week, or shit that I get annoyed with, or shit that other people might get annoyed with.
Yeah.
And I want to know your thoughts, asshole or douchebag. So the first one I have, this happened to me this week, and it pissed me the fuck off. So people that don't let you off the elevator before they get on the elevator. Asshole or douchebag?
Selfish assholes.
Selfish
By far,
assholes.
yeah. Like, now it depends. If you're just standing in the elevator, the door's open, and you haven't started making your way out,
Right.
then it's just they don't know what's going on and they're trying to come in.
In this scenario, I clearly started to walk out, and they walked in to the point where I had to stop and get out of the way so they could walk in and get on.
So we were talking last week about the whole merging into lanes and all
In
that
traffic,
shit.
yes.
So this bottlenecks that door. If you go in before somebody comes off, now you got to scoot out of the way and move your sweaty ass body next to somebody else to let this person pass. Just put your hand, hold the door, let somebody come out, and then walk in. Be a good human.
Exactly. Put your hand on the door. If you're worried about the door closing in front of you and then you're not going to get back on, just put your hand out, hold the door, and stay out of the fucking way so people can get off.
Stop trying to fucking find Pokemon in your phone inside of that elevator, and just let the person out, and then you make your way in.
Good one, buddy.
You're not that important.
Good one.
Okay.
Okay.
What's next?
This one happened to me as well this week. I was out shopping for, I don't know where I was. I was at a grocery store. I'm not going to fucking call them out. But it happened more than once. It happened there at the grocery store, and it happened at an establishment for me to go eat lunch. And both times when I went to check out, they fucking said, would you like to donate to this charity? Would you like to donate to this?
You talking about the store?
The store, the fucking food establishment, they both ask you. They're like, do you want to donate to
Ooh, I'll call them out.
So here's the thing.
Ace Hardware. I go to Ace Hardware a lot, and
Yeah.
they do this shit.
They do it too.
Do you want to donate your change? No,
No.
motherfucker. That's my change.
I don't. I donate elsewhere. Don't fucking think I'm a badass guy because I say no. So then you say no.
And they make you feel like a
They
bad
make
person.
you feel like shit. They don't say one more word to you because you didn't fucking donate because they win a contest for some fucking reason. For whoever gets the most donations gets a fucking prize. So they're fucking peddling for fucking donations.
Right.
I got people in the lineup behind me thinking, oh, that bastard. I'll donate. Fuck you. I'm not donating.
No, I say, you know what? Look, I'm not donating. I already gave at the sperm bank. You can piss off. Like, I make my donations one test tube at a time. No, but you're right. I mean,
fuck.
I donate other places. When I'm working, like during Christmas or whatever,
Right.
My wife takes my kids and they go to the soup kitchen and
Exactly.
they do.
We've
So,
done that before too. Same thing. Like, so
go fuck off.
we donate our time. We donate, but like, fuck, I don't need to be given this fucking sorry fucking thing every time I go check out. So is it an asshole or douchebag thing?
I think it's an asshole thing because
Okay.
90% of the time, those donations, I think they have to use like 10%, 15% towards the actual cause, and the rest of it goes towards overhead.
Right.
So piss off.
Piss off.
Yeah, stop asking me for money.
All right. Okay, actually I have two more. I have one that I didn't write down, but I just thought of it.
That's even better.
All right, so people that say tipping is part of the check and is expected when you go out to eat.
No, if you give me shit service, you're getting a shite tip.
Right. I want to know what everybody else thinks because this is always a hot topic. Is tipping expected Do you have to tip?
Well, the way that is worded, yes, I think that you, not that you have to, but it is expected.
Right.
But that all depends. My expectation of your service is good as well. So
True.
if my expectation is not met, then your expectation of my tip will not be met as well.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. What did I say? Is that asshole?
Asshole or
I think
douchebag?
it's asshole.
People that say that? Asshole?
Yeah. People
Okay.
that just expect it for doing their job. Like,
Gotcha.
do a good job, and I will reward you for doing a good job. That's it. What do you have that's not written down? I like this.
You know what? It fucking escaped my mind.
Okay, never mind then.
Well, we can pause for a sec while I think about it. Tell me a story. We were talking about donations, and that's when it jumped into my head. So asking for donations at the checkout.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, your answer was
Piss off.
piss off.
Ace
You
Hardware.
donate at the sperm bank.
Yeah.
Fuck, this one escaped. I should have wrote
Dude,
it down.
so speaking of sperm banks and all
Sperm
that.
banks, all right, go
I've been watching this new show, and I don't think I've been watching it on Amazon Prime, but I
Yeah.
don't think it's an Amazon Prime show. It's called Orphan Black.
What?
And it's all about, like, clones.
Really?
Like, these chicks are clones.
Right.
And they, like, find each other. Man, it's really cool. What a cool show. I think the first 3 seasons are on Amazon Prime.
Oh, no shit. 3 seasons.
Yeah. So
That's
it's pretty
some serious
cool.
binging.
I'm, like, halfway
Okay.
into the 3rd one.
Nice.
But did that give you enough time to figure it out?
No, I was
All right.
listening to you, so I wasn't thinking. So when I think about it, we'll save it for next time.
Okay.
If anybody else has any other asshole or douchebags, make sure you send them in to us so we can put them on the show. Don't forget to download this on iTunes on every Tuesday it comes out. So go get it.
Go onto our website. Check out our Twitter.
Yes.
I'm usually bitching about something on there.
Facebook. Like us on Facebook. That way you can be up in the know of what we're doing. So just go and hit like on Facebook, and then you can follow us. We sure appreciate you being with us for this time.
We are Crude Sports Talk.
The uncensored sports podcast for the oil and gas industry. And I think it's about time we said, let's get the fuck in the pool because it is so hot.
We're out.
Yep.
Where's the music? There we go.
Fuck, you're so impatient.
So impatient.
Where's the music? I had some comments here on Facebook Live
Yeah.
about Thomas Rawls.
Oh, what did it say?
He said Thomas Rawls learned from Lynch. He's going to be good.
Don't get me wrong, man. I hope for Seattle's sake.
Right. It's going to be amazing.
I
It's
just
gonna
don't
be a
think
great
he's
season.
as durable as Lynch.
durable.
Yeah.
Because he broke his ankle once.
Well. Shut up.
I'm going to get in the pool. Last one in's a fucking rotten egg.
Peace out.
Let's go.
I thought we froze up.
Let me go look at what happened. Let's see.
See who that was? It was my wife. We're in trouble.
Oh, the call?
Yeah.
Your wife said a movie with my wife.
I know.
It said froze up. That's the last comment we got. All right, guys. Later, bitches. It's not frozen. You're fine. You're moving.
Well, we've been watching it this whole time.
Yeah,
Turn it off.
I am.
God damn.